Coming up in today's Battle Report.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. So we are back. We've got Harry back with us. He is now available to us with his small, well, semi-immortal. We've had our first vaccine.
So yeah, over the past couple of weeks, these guys, when we were able to start recording again, I was midway through writing a dissertation. So unfortunately, I couldn't come out and play until I finished my homework.
Yes, but now it's all done and dusted.
It's all done.
And we are coming. So we've brought back a bit of a classic matchup. With our, well, Harry's also been very busy repainting and, well, revamping two armies that were the original two armies that started this channel. So we have brought back the old Blood Angels and, of course, the Orks.
My favourite.
So we're going to have a very grueling 1K matchup, which is going to be, well, not a reenactment, but probably pretty brutal to what we had last time.
It's going to be a good scrap. We're both combat armies.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good map.
We're going to push everything to the middle and then just roll some dice. So yeah, so what we'll do, we'll come back in a second with our army list. So we'll see you in a sec. Okay guys, so here is my 998 points of Blood Angels. Leading my patrolled detachment today is my captain. He has got a Relic Blade and Storm Shield as well as a jump pack. His main Warlord trait is Gift of Foresight, which allows me to reroll one failed hit, one failed wound, and one failed save. So it's not a case of picking one, I get to do all three. I've also paid an extra CP for Angel's Exemplar, which allows me to take another Warlord trait, which I have taken Imperium Sword, which gives him +1 strength on the charge. So he becomes very beefy when he does get into combat. His main relic is the Shield Eternal, which replaces his Storm Shield and allows him to still get the +4 invulnerable save, add 1 to my normal armor save, but I also, on a 5+, get to ignore a wound when I take damage, which is pretty damn good when he's getting into combat. My second HQ slot, I've got a bog standard Librarian Dreadnought. He has just got the Stormbolter, no upgrades at all. He is running with the Quickening and Wings of Sanguinius, which is his main psychic powers. And then moving into my troops choices, I've got 2 standard Intercessor Squads, which have no major upgrades. The only extra is chainswords on the sergeants. Moving into my elite choices, I've got 1 squad of Death Company, which are all just Bolter and Chainsword. They have no Thunder Hammers or anything. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it in the points. And then I have a 4-man Sanguinary squad, which are a bit of a mix and match squad because they have 2 axes, 1 sword, 1 power fist. It's more of like showing off what each weapon can do in combat. They are quite effective. And then into my heavy support, I've got an Eradicator squad, just bare bones, nothing. I haven't got the heavy one, so they are just your bog standard Eradicators. And then I've got a Whirlwind, which is using the Castellan launcher, which is the anti-troop one, which is great against Orks. And it has the ignores cover and has blast as well, so it can be very dangerous at range. So that is my 998 of Blood Angels. And coming up next is Harry's Orks.
Okay then, so here is 1,000 points of Orks on the nose. So starting off, I have got the big mushroom himself, Skilfully. He's bulking out the most of his army because it's only about a 700 point list otherwise. He's got the proper killing Warlord trait, which means that he gets +1 attacks, and then any turn that he charges, he gets an additional AP, so his claws are AP -5 at this point. So if there's armor, it's cutting straight through it. Then into troops, I've got 2 squads of Orc boys. We'll go with the first squad here. That is 20 boys strong. The Knob has a big chopper, and there are 2 rockets in each. Everyone else has got a slugger and chopper. We then have another mob of 25 5 Orc boys, led by the limited edition Gorzak Get Stomper model. That one also has 2 rockets, and everyone else has sluggers and choppers because we're goths, we do combat. Moving on into Elite, I've got a cheeky squad of 5 commandos. The Knob has Power Claw. Absolutely love these models, and they should be quite useful for just popping up and helping me complete my secondaries. I then recently completed last night a squad of 5 Storm Boys. Once again, the Knob has a Power Claw as well. They're there, once again, just to do some second duties. I'm not expecting much else from them. Finally, moving into heavy support, I've got my plucky little killer can. This model has been an absolute godsend for capping my home objectives, because for the same points as a squad of 10 Gretchen, he's a lot tougher, and normally, because he's only got a big shooter, just gets ignored. So that's his main role. And then finally, I have got my Death Dread. Now, it's armed with 2 Dread Claws, so they're strength times 2 minus 3 flat 3 damage. And he's also got 2 Scorchers. So they're assault D6 heavy flamers effectively. And I've also spent a command point on Orkimatic Pistons to give him +3 to his movement and rerollable advance rolls. So yeah, that is 1,000 points with Orcs. Next up is mission and deployment. Today's mission is Show of Force from the Grand Tournament 2021 mission pack. The Blood Angel secondaries are Blade of Sanguinius, Retrieve Octarius Data, and Engage on all fronts. The Orcs have gone for No Prisoners, Assassinate, and Retrieve Octarius Data. Alright then, so we are now fully deployed. So if we start off with the Orcs, Gaz is pretty much front and centre as much as he can be, supported by the larger squad of boys and then the smaller ones behind there. The Death Dread just needs to run up, so he's as far forward as possible. The Killer Can is out of line of sight and will probably waddle on over to my home objective just to do his job as a capper. And then finally, I've got the Storm Boys here because I am thinking about using them turn 1 to start doing my Octarius secondary. Speaking of secondaries, I went with the Octarius Data, the new Scramblers, because it's one that I can see myself picking most of the games that I've chosen. So actually it's quite good just to get a bit of practice in it. Assassinate, because, alright, yes, Tom's got 2 characters, but there's 7 points with 3 points per character and then 1 with the Warlord. And then finally, we went for No Prisoners, which is the new version of Thin Their Ranks, because it's a new secondary. There's finally a secondary to go against elite infantry, which I'm so happy about. My Garden Genius have not like this. Not like this for a long time. Anyways, on to Tom's deployment. He's got his Eradicators up in the building there. They probably need to die soon. He's got behind there a squad of Intercessors on that objective. His Death Company, potentially going to be doing a full-on Fury. We haven't decided yet. Depends who goes first. Then the other Intercessors up there. And then finally, we've got the Librarian, Dreadnought, and the Whirlwind there. That Whirlwind is going to be a massive nightmare. I've got to deal with that.
Oh, yes.
Got to deal with that. In terms of Deep Strikers, I've got my Commandos coming in from Deep Strike. And then Tom has got his Sanguinary Guard and his Smash Captain. Right, Tom, do you want to go through your secondaries?
Yeah, so I've gone with Engage on all fronts, because this is one of those types of battles where I'm going to have to be pushing up the board to hold the Orcs at bay. And I need to, of course, get to some of the bigger units like Gaz and the Killer Cans and the Death Dread, because they're just going to be annoying if they're sat on points, because I can't then. Though the Eradicators are great, I might not be able to get line of sight, so I'm going to need to punch them. I've gone with Blade of Sanguinius, which is the new gaining points for kills. We'll just double check.
Yes, it's Blade of Sanguinius is the secondary where at the start of your first command phase, you declare a challenge with your with one of your characters, and then I have to accept that challenge with one of my characters. And you get 5 points for killing the character, another 5 points for killing it in melee, and then the final 5 points if that unit was your Warlord.
Yeah, so of course I'm going to end up probably in combat with Gaz at some point.
So if you can get points for killing him.
Yeah, so if I can kill him, then that's all great. And then I've gone with the new version of Scramblers, who's the Octavius?
Octarius data.
Yeah, because the way the points are actually set, I can have a unit at the back, but they'll still be effective once they've done the Scramblers, because then they haven't got far to run. So being a 1,000-point game map isn't huge. Like Harry said, I have got my Deep Strike of my Captain and my Sanguinary Guard. I don't want too much on the board, just in case I do not go first. I don't want to have units being shot at and potentially chipping wounds off them. So, yeah, that's what my thought was with my deployment.
Brilliant. So, let's see who goes first. I'm obviously bringing my Lucky Orc dice. So, first time I've ever rolled in a dice tray. Hopefully it's big enough for me Orcs. So, I've got a 1. Fantastic.
Great start with the dice tray. I've got a 4. So, I'll go first.
Yeah, well, you got to. So, we'll come back at the end of Blood Angel's movement.
Cool. So I have finished my movement phase. So I did spend a pre-game, for first turn, I did full-on Fury my Death Company, just to get them that little bit closer. They're not going in for a charge. I haven't moved them because I want to just have them. There's that little threat there if those boys come round ready for it. Of course, because they're Death Company, they're not doing anything on that point. These guys have started Scramblers. So they have moved up, the Octavia. And my Dreads moved up just before my Psychic phase, because he's going to do some shenanigans. Eradicators have moved up a little bit. We have double-checked the measurement, it's 24 inches, so only the Sergeant can actually hit. So he
Poor Death Dread?
Yeah. But because they're all targeting the same thing, he does get 2 shots, which is always good. I've left this Intercessor Squad back here, just hidden for the time being, because they are securing that 1 point. And then next turn I can move them about and do some more shenanigans. And the Whirlwind has stayed still, because until Orcs get too close and he has to run away, it's not going to be doing much except shooting. So into my Psychic phase. Of course, I'm going to try and put Wings of Sanguinius on to the Dread, because that gives him a free 12-inch move. So let's try and grab that. So it's a warp charge of 6. So hopefully it isn't as bad as last time. So 7 goes off.
Cool. I haven't got a weird boy, so I can't deny it.
Can't deny it. Cool. So that will just sit there with him for the time being.
Cool. We'll do his movement before the shooting phase.
And then the Quickening, I'm going to put onto himself as well, because then if he does get into combat, he's a bit more beefy with the plus D3 attacks, and I can re-roll the charge as well as the advance. So that one is a roll of a 6 or plus. Again goes off.
Cool. Can't deny it.
So he has got both. So what we'll do, I'll do his movement quickly, and then we'll come back with my shooting, because there's just a few bits I want to pre-measure, well, not pre-measure, but measure before he goes off somewhere in the distance with the big fluffy wings.
Cool, we'll see you in a bit. Okay then, so kicking off the Blood Angel shooting phase, the Librarian Dreadnought has moved forwards and is in range of your boys. So Tom's going to pop his Stormbolter into them.
Yeah, so I'm going to pop 4 shots, just try and soften them up a little bit. Well, they all hit.
Yep.
And they all wound.
Your wound. Thankfully, I have a
awesome bulletproof t-shirt on.
Yes, I've got a lovely 6-up save. So, okay, 2 survive.
Okay.
So that's 2 dead. I will take off the 2 closest.
We've been missing all this time. A dice tray for our rolls.
That might be it. That might be it. So yeah, that's worked out as expected.
Yeah, that's actually done pretty well. That would have been pretty crazy if I got 4 kills with Stormbolter.
Which, with a 6-up save, is definitely likely.
Yeah. I'll do the Eradicator next.
Yep, we'll do Eradicator.
So he's going to fire into the Death Dread. So it's just 2 shots.
Cool.
Yeah, we go.
Get rid of them.
2 shots. Oh, one miss.
Okay.
So I'm not going to re-roll it because I'd rather save that for
Other
something
CP.
else. Yeah. So
Freeze to wound.
Freeze to wound. We'll count that anyway because it bounced
Okay.
out. So no wounds.
No
Typical
wounds.
Eradicator's not doing anything.
That's fine by me.
Then we'll fire the whirlwind into the boys at the back.
So it's this squad of 20 here.
Yep, so with the new ruling, with Blast, I get maximum shots without having to roll.
Yep.
So I get 12 shots.
And just in terms of training wise, the whirlwind is in that bit of dense terrain, so won't be getting the -1 to hit. And the Orc boys here, they are, some of them behind a barricade, so I could try and go for a barricade save, but that gets ignores cover, so it's kind of new.
So, hitting on 3s. Ooh, a couple of 2s and 1s.
That's what I like to see.
It is strength 6, so 3 to wound.
3 to wound. Okay, now you're in Devastator Doctrine.
I am, so it is an extra.
Pip of AP.
Yeah.
So that'd be 7 dead boys.
7 dead boys.
Cool. I will take those off in a second. Is there anything else you'd like to do for shooting phase?
Not for shooting. It'll probably be going into my charge phase next.
Okay then, so we will come back with the assaults. Okay then, so back now with the assault phase. The Dreadnought here is going to charge into these Orc boys here.
Yep, which is a 10-inch charge. It is re-rollable because of the quickening. And, if it's not Blood Angels, we try and get into combat first turn. This is how we roll. So, here we go.
That's 9.
9.
If it was turn 3.
Turn 3, I'd be in. With the new rules, it's now both will have to be re-rolled.
Yeah. So 1,
2, 3.
Fantastic. That's what I like to see. Okay then, so we were going to continue on with assaults, but that's not going to be the case. In terms of morale, mob rule kicks in. I've lost 2 here, and the leadership is 23. Fantastic, they're fine. 7 with 13 left. If I roll a 6, I will fail.
Yeah, then you go into combat attrition.
No, I don't. I will.
Oh no!
I will bash heads with gas.
Ooh,
Cool.
That's cool. So
My low rolling has saved me here.
Heads today.
Happy days then. So we will kick off with Orcs turn 1. Okay then, so start of Orcs movement. I've gained CP, so I'm back up to 6. The Stormboys here have stayed where they are, and they are doing the first lot of Scan Octarius data. The idea being that they're just going to bounce around the board and just do a job for me. Nice and easy. Happy days. The smaller squad of Orc boys has advanced up alongside Gaz. The Death Dread has flung himself up above thanks to Orkimatic Pistons, meaning he's got a base movement of 9 inches and a rerollable advance. I rolled a 1 first and then managed to get the big 6. What I've done though is I haven't gone the full 15. I've kept him in 3 inches of that objective just in case. If I don't manage to kill anything else off, at least I'm now tying for primaries. Gaz is there. He's making his way slowly around, because whilst there was room for a 60mm base to get around there, there's not room for an 80mm base, unfortunately. And then last but not least, this squad of Orc boys here has just sort of piled through the buildings. They're probably going to ping some pot shots at the Libby Dread, and then they're going to go after those Death Company. Okay then, so we haven't got any Psychic in this list, so straight into shooting for the Orcs, because there is just a little bit of it. Okay then, so Orcs shooting phase, turn 1. We're going to start off with the 2 rockets going into the Librarian Dreadnought. I'll be honest, they've advanced, and it's Orc shooting. I'm not expecting much, but if I can think off a couple wounds or 2, that would be fantastic. So 2 shots hitting on 6s, and then obviously with Daka 6s will explode. Nope, nothing. Fantastic. The other squad of Orc boys, with their 2 rockets, are going to try and plink themselves into the Eradicators, because it's all I can really see that's in range. So once again, 2 shots hitting on 6s because they advanced. Nope, nothing. Fantastic. We will come back with Assault Phase for the Orks. Okay then, so Charge Phase, there really is only one going to happen, and it's going to be this mob of 20-odd Ork boys going into both the Librarian Dreadnought and the Death Company behind the building. I was thinking about not charging, but realistically, they're going to be charging me anyway, so I might as well keep them pinned back and not have the extra movement that those jump packs and Wings of Sanguinius will give them. So, are you going to do any Overwatch, Tom?
Yeah, just because you have the t-shirt saves, it makes sense.
Yeah, fair enough.
I try and potentially, if I do roll any sixes, then I can.
Who are you going to do it with?
I'm going to do it with the with the Libby Dread.
Yep, with Stormbolter.
Yeah, just because then I can try and thin the ranks a little bit.
Okay.
So 4 shots. Ooh.
Unfortunately not. Now, it's an 8-inch charge against Death Company, which is the furthest unit, and I can reroll this because of here we go. That's a fail. Come on, please. That's 9.
Yep,
they're in. Okay then, so I will come back after movement.
Okay, so Harry's picked up an entire bucket of dice for this. All the Ork boys have managed to get in over here.
Yeah.
And Harry's going to just quickly explain what has to go where and everything else.
Yeah, so with my charges and paladins, I've made sure that I'm still within 6 inches of the big mushroom himself. So I'm getting that +1 attack. That's key. The way it's all worked out, I've got 5 boys here which have to go in against the Librarian Dreadnought. I'm not expecting anything from them. And then the rest of them I will do later against the Death Company. So starting against the Librarian Dreadnought, we have got 20 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Gaz. Oh, 2 1s. And then I also 6s explode, so I've got 4 additionals. Let me grab some more dice. Perfect, full house.
Nice.
Wounding on 5 at this point.
Yes, I am.
Because you're toughness 7.
Yes, I am toughness 7.
And unfortunately, no rerolls here, so that's just 1, 2, 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Nice and easy.
No problem. Any AP?
No, not just yet, unfortunately.
So 3 ups. Okay, 1 goes through. I am actually going to command point that one. Yeah,
Sure.
because I want to try and keep him alive as long as possible, so I'm down to 3.
Perfect. We will come back with the rest of the. We'll come back with the rest of the attacks in a second.
Alright, so Harry did forget Slugger and Choppers on the Ork boys, so he has still got 5 more attacks against
the Librarian Dreadnought.
Yeah.
So the way it's counted up is I've got 2 base, +1 for the Slugger and Chopper itself, +1 because there's more than 20 of them, and then +1 because of Gaz. So I've got 5 more to do against Librarian Dreadnought. So 3s, re-rolling 1s.
God, those are horrific on camera. I do apologise, guys.
Sorry about that. We've literally physically run out of dice. So that is 2 no AP.
Okay, so 3 plus. So 1 goes through.
Cool. And you've already done your CP.
Yeah, we've already done a CP. So he is down to a whopping grand total of 7 wounds remaining.
That's fine by me. I'm then going to go on against the Death Company. Now, starting off with my big chopper on my knob, because it's damage 2. If I can plonk off some rings, fantastic. So 3 attack base, +1 for Gaz, +1 for over 20. So 5 here, 3's re-rolling 1s. Re-roll those 1s. That's not great, but I do get a Goth Stacker Dacker. Re-roll that 1. No, didn't want to be. 3's to wound. Cool, that is
2 wounds.
2 wounds. Do I want to CP 1? No, I won't.
No.
2 wounds at AP -1.
Okay, so 4 up.
Cool. Flat 2 damage. but
Flat
you
2.
feel no pain.
Yeah, I do get my death visions. Which, nope, both go through, so that's
Kills 1.
kills 1.
Cool. Then there's a boatload of attacks. This is the true test with the.
God, here we go. An absolute bucket of dice. All right, so Harry has now picked up every dice in the building, and it's probably going to overflow this dice tray.
This is the proper test. See if this dice tray actually is useful. So,
Okay.
Many attacks, hitting on 3s, rerolling them once, and 6s explode.
Oh, only one fell out. That is not bad.
What I'll do is I will reroll those two because they're on top of each other. Okay, and then find those ones. I'll reroll that one because even though that's a hit, that's dodgy. Okay.
I can't see any more ones. So.
Oh no, there's one there. Cool. Oh, there's another one there. Right. So move those to one side. Okay. So then
there's a 2 just in there as well.
Yeah. If I then count up all the 6s. Sorry about this, everyone. It's what happens when Orks attack. So, how many extra attacks have I got there? Got 13 extra attacks. Fantastic. I know. 2, 3, 4. I think that's all of them. So then we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. Don't judge me walking methods. Okay, so that's nice and easy. Now, I'm going to do these in batches, I think, because that's the best we can do. So first set, it's going to be forced to wound on this, because I didn't pay for the Scar Boys, which might not have been a bad option. We were joking off camera, if this doesn't do anything, I don't actually know what I'd do with myself. To be honest, I think the only thing I would do with myself is pay the 3 CP to batter you again, I think.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't blame you for that. Because you actually probably don't want any of these guys hitting back.
Not really. I can deal with just having Librarian Dreadnought fighting me, but anything else is a bit of
Yes, when the green Horuses are in the way.
Yes. So, how many is that in total? That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 37 wounds.
Jesus.
No AP though, because we're still the Orc Choppers are only on the Warhammer community website.
Okay, just because I don't have enough dice.
We will come back with the rolls.
Yeah, so we'll be back in a sec. Alright, so yeah, we just discussed it. Unfortunately, we don't actually have enough dice between us to not cross-contaminate. So what I'm going to do is going to get Harry to roll it, because we do play a fair game, so it's not the end of the world. It's 37 wounds. I don't see me surviving this.
If they survive, I'll be disappointed. So 3 of armor saving and 6 of no pain.
Oh, I'm seeing some good numbers there.
It's not bad.
I think the dice may have betrayed you.
Possibly. Fine. Yeah. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Oh.
So 6s. Good.
I can see
dead.
1.
There's 1. That's the squad works.
Oh no, the green Horus have got the better of me.
Oh no. Cool. They're out of the way.
Yep.
You now get to attack back with your...
I do, so we'll come back in a second with, I'll do the Librarian Dread going crazy, because I do have to factor in his Quickening as well, because that's still active.
And Shock Assault.
And Shock Assault and everything, so we'll be back in just a sec.
Okay then, so after that, I was going to say overkill, it wasn't actually overkill, it was just about the right amount.
You needed that many, unfortunately.
We were discussing off camera that actually once you get up to strength 5 and have the A+1 with the choppers, that would be nasty.
Yeah, that would
really
be a
nasty.
big game changer in combat. Even Blood Angels will fear that.
So slightly less attacks, but equally as angry. We have the Librarian Dreadnought.
Yep, so I get 4 attacks base, +1 for my Shock Assault, And then, of course, I get plus D3 because of the quickening. So the D3 is an extra 1.
Sure.
So I'm getting 6 attacks. And these are hitting on a 3+, but then I have to split them down because the Hellbard can only be used for 1 attack. And each time bearer fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon. No more than 1 attack can be made with this weapon.
So you've got your base attacks, so all of those attacks are the fist ones, and then you get an additional one.
Yeah, so the 7th attack would be the Hellbard. So
we'll do that first.
3. So that hits.
Cool.
Of course, it is strength.
2 to wounds.
Yeah, 2 to wounds.
Yeah, that's 1 dead boy. 1 dead boy.
Yeah, and then these attacks are hitting on 3s as well. Okay, so 1 and 2. Then they are strength 12, so it's just 2s.
Okay, 3 dead boys.
3
so
dead boys.
4 in total.
Yeah, 4 dead boys.
That's going. So there was 23 in there. There are -4. I'm fine for
yeah, that's 19, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, perfect. So at the end of that round, I score 10 points for no prisoners because I've killed 5 Death Company. Woohoo!
Nice.
Actually, that second is quite good. Apart from that, neither of us are really. Just thinking about it, for your turn last time, you would have had 2 points for engaging all fronts because you had the Librarian Dreadnought. Librarian Dreadnought in my quarter. I've started scanning with the Storm Boys here, and
these guys are scanning as well.
Yeah, apart from that, nothing yet.
Nothing yet, but we're going into turn 2 now. Deep strikes can become a thing.
That is true. All right, we'll catch you back with turn 2 Blood Angels. Okay then, so end of movement phase for the Blood Angels. Tom, what have you done?
Okay, so what I've done is I've pulled these guys from across here down here, so then within 3 to cover this objective at the back. But they've advanced, so they won't be shooting this turn. These guys have moved around the back and have started scramblers. And I do have the option to pay 2 CP to shoot them if I need to, but I'd rather try and not use that. Because I do want to get rid of this boys squad. But I want to completely get rid of it before, because if I get down to like 2 or 3 models, then I'll have to pay to shoot them because that will allow you green tide, which I don't want happening. Eradicators will just stay where they are because he's within point blank range. But over here, we did measure it fully out. I do have the world's tiniest gap to fit an absolute thorn in the back of Harry's side.
It's an incredibly pointy thorn.
Yes. So Sanguinius Guard and the captain have dropped in with the hope of maybe making the charge into
that killer can.
The killer can, because then that puts them right in the middle of that little group. And if those boys are gone, then either Storm Boys or Gaz has to go deal with them.
Oh, the Storm Boys won't be able to deal with those, so it will have to be Gaz.
Which, So moving into my psychic phase, I am going to try and get Wings of Sanguinius on my Librarian Dread, because then he gets to perform a fallback action. So he does get to fall back, which means I could fall back to link him up with that horrible pain that's now running around in the backfield. So, warp charge of 6. Don't fail me now. That's a fail. I'm going to pay a CP.
Yeah.
I'm going to re-roll that because I kind of need it. That has not gone the way I needed it to go.
So he's stuck. There's there's mushrooms in his wings.
Yeah, I'm still going to try and get the quickening off as well, because that gives him the plus D3 attacks.
Yeah, might as well.
So can maybe still kill some more boys from that group, which does go off on a 6. So he's got the quickening at least. So at least he will be punching quite heavily. That's a shame, should have smited maybe, but hey ho. Okay, into my shooting phase.
Yep. So
I'm going to put the Eradicators into old Deathy.
I would like him to get into there, but he probably won't.
So this is probably going to either be maximum whiffing or maximum
overkill.
So 6 shots, hitting on 3s. And
That's not good.
that's not good, that only 1 missed. And then I'm wounding you on 3s.
Yep.
This is where it whiffs.
No, it doesn't.
Nope. So 4 go through.
D6. Are you within half range?
It's 24 inches, so as long as you're within 12, you're going to hit me. So 1 is, 2 is, and the 3rd isn't.
We probably should have done that individually. What we'll do, because one's going to be in each. On a 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's the 4th shot is one of the closer ones, and the 5, 6 is the one at the back.
Yeah.
So if we do that first roll first, so it's one of the closer ones.
Yeah.
So you've got
2 on. So we'll do that one first. So
yep.
2 on that one, which is 9.
9 plus 4. He's dead.
Yeah. So I didn't even need the others.
Perfect. What we'll do is quickly, I will roll to see if I explode. I don't.
But this is what we mean by maximum overkill.
Definitely. So yeah, that's a Death Dread dead.
Okay.
To be fair, they work better in pairs.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. And he didn't even get to use his Scorchers. Oh well. So maybe in another game.
Okay. Moving on, I'm going to do my whirlwind into this pack of boys. Because they are above 10, I do get blast. So I do get my maximum 12. Which, ooh, 2, 4, 5, there we go.
Okay then.
Hitting on 3s. Ooh, that's not that great. Okay, that's 4 gone. That still leaves me, what, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. There's 12 left, so I might have to use the 5 shots. Oof.
You possibly will do.
Yeah, so
And there's that 2 there as well.
2 as well. So that's only 4 dead.
I do get an arm save, so bear with me, everyone.
Yeah.
So that's 4 in total.
Because I'm in tactical now, not Devastator.
Yeah. Save 1. It's only 3 are dead. I'll mark that up and I'll take them off in a sec. Sorry about the camera work there.
That's all right. Because there's still so many alive, I'm not going to bother spending the 2 CP to shoot.
No.
There's no point. I went only solely to kill that squad.
Yeah, and that just isn't enough.
Yeah. In terms of any other shooting, there's no
Bolters into the killer can
other...
from the Sanguinius guard.
Yes. So I will do them. We'll double check how many shots it is. It used to be 2, but I
think it's still 2.
In so long. They are. Yes, assault 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So they are hitting on 2s because my Warlord is next to them.
Yeah.
They do get the old.
And their Cora as well, so there's 2s re-rolling.
So 2's re-rolling. Which should definitely something I needed. So they will hit.
Fantastic.
They are strength 4.
5 to wound.
5's to wound.
3 wounds. No, 4 wounds, sorry.
Yep, 4 wounds. They are -1.
-2 because of tactical.
Yep.
So 5 up saves because I know there's a bit of there's some boxes there. That's not giving it cover. Sure.
Bad.
Okay.
Take that.
Takes a wound. Fantastic. So I'll mark that up and we'll come back with assault phase.
Yes.
Right. Well, back with assault phase. It's only going to be the Sanguinius guard and the captain that are going to be going in. Hopefully, against the poor little killer can.
Yeah, so it will be against the killer can. The Sanguinius guard are 9 inches away. The captain is 10 because he is right in the corner. And he was way back past the 9-inch dice. So I'll do the Sanguinius guard first. So, nope.
Do you want to CP that?
Yes, I'll put myself down to... nope.
Well, it's an improvement.
That's an improvement. I went up by 1. Okay, and the captain... Ooh. Okay.
Gets in.
He wants the fight.
Okay, sure. So we'll move him in and come back with charges. Right, cutting back to the captain versus the killer can.
Yeah, so we just went to that. It's maybe a little bit of overkill because I get 4 attacks on the charge, +1 for shock assault, +1 for being a blood angel. So I'm up to 6 attacks. Imperium sword makes me strength 5, and my weapon then makes me strength 8. But then I also get +1 to wound, so...
He's hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s, and because of Gift of Foresight, he gets a 3 reroll with both of those.
Yeah, so...
And my killer can's only got 4 wounds and a 3 up save. He's probably dead.
And my weapon's -3, 2 damage.
Yeah.
So...
Get 2 free sorted. Right, let's see how well this goes.
Roll that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all go through. And then the wounds. I'll reroll that one. Yeah, all go through.
Right.
So that's 6 saves at -3.
Right. 6 6s coming right up. No.
No.
Explodes? No. Okay, that's a killer can. Right, well, who could have guessed that?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming in before.
Cool. We'll take him off. We'll tot up your secondaries for this turn and come back.
We still have combat over here.
Oh yes, we still have combat over there.
Boys get to fight in first.
Yes. We will swap cameras and I will grab my bucket o' dice again. Catch you in a bit.
Cool. So that is Harry's managed to get the bucket of O dice again, ready for this orc attack. But we're going to split it into 2 different groups of attacks.
So there's 6 up boys in this one, and then 5 up boys in the previous one. Just because otherwise you're spending half your time watching me picking through dice. It's not as enjoyable. So first lot, re-rolling 1s because of Gaz. Then get rid of those 2s. I see 4 6s in there, so reroll that one. No. Okay. Now 5 swings again. Okay, that's interesting. That's a fair few so far.
How many wounds is that one?
That's on the Librarian Dreadnought.
Yeah.
That's 9 so far.
Do you want me to try and save those just because I only have 7 wounds left?
No, I've got these.
Yeah, do those.
Continue. Then there's nothing like good old overkill as you've shown me with your Smash Captain.
Yeah, but that was only 6 attacks, not 30.
So 1, 2, 3 more. Then 5s. Not as good this time, thankfully.
Well, there was a lot of 1s in that.
Yeah.
Oof.
Is that everything? That is everything. Cool.
Okay.
So that is that's 13 wounds in total.
Okay.
Fortunately, no AP -1.
Haha. 6. Okay. So 13 3-ups.
What's that one? That's a 2 as well.
And that's a 2. So I have failed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Down to 2 wounds.
Ooh.
He's still going.
He's still going, but I don't like his chances for much longer.
No. I will have to try and get away next turn. His attack's back, because I did get the quickening, so I still get the plus D3, but I don't get shock assault this turn.
Yep.
So my plus D3 is 2.
Cool. So you're exactly the same as last time.
Yep. Which was 4 base, plus the 2 for... So 6 attacks. I'll do the... and 1 additional, so 7. So I'll do the Hellbard first. That hits. And wound and kills boy.
Sweet.
And then the fist. Ooh, 2 misses. 3 misses. 4 misses. Jeez. And kills
goes
it.
flat.
Yeah. Kills another boy.
Cool. So there's 2 there. Once again, Morale's not going to worry about them. And here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, fine as well for morale.
Cool.
Perfect.
So that's the end of the Blood Angels' turn. So we'll come back after Harry's movement phase.
Okay then, so end of movement for the Orks. So starting off, I got the full 15 points because I was holding 2 objectives and I was holding more than Tom's 1. So primaries put me in good stead. I'm a little bit thin on the ground though, just because gas costs so many points. I don't have many other units in here. So what I've done is the Stormboys who were here have jumped onto this objective here. They are out of 3-inch heroic intervention range of the captain. So they're there just to hopefully survive a turn and just deny you primary points. This boy squad here has moved up onto the centre objective just to continue putting pressure on the primary and maybe ping a couple rockets into Smash Captain's way just for the sake of it. This mob here has stayed in combat. With 2 wounds left, I'm feeling quite confident about just getting rid of it, and also I need to kill characters.
Yeah.
So it makes sense too.
Worst case scenario, I kill 4 boys?
Yeah.
If I explode, a couple more.
Yeah. It's not a biggie in my mind. And then last thing is Gaz. Now Gaz, I'm going to have realistically, I need to start clearing some space so that my deep striking units can. What I'm trying to say. So that my deep striking units can sort of come back in. If I'm not careful, I won't be scoring my Octarius Day Secretary, which me and Tom were talking about. With Orks on such a small board, it's actually much trickier than it looks, because being not within 6 inches of a board quarter, there's just that lone boy that's didn't have enough from the advance. Right, it's a lot trickier. The more I'm using it. So Gaz is on the mission. He's probably going to just charge the Eradicators in a sec, and then hopefully with some movement shenanigans, peel around and try and clear off this whole quarter of the board so that either I can green tide a unit onto there, or I can put maybe my commandos or something like that. I've got a couple options at the end of the day. Okay then, so with that said, on to shooting phase. Right then, so into shooting phase for the Orks. We're going to start off with all the sluggers into Librarian Dreadnought, just because if I can plink off those last couple of wounds, fantastic. So hit on 5s and 6s explode. It's quite a few there.
That's actually a really good roll.
So,
darn Orks. When did you learn to shoot? But
I don't know actually.
Stop being fun guys.
And then 4 Daka-Dakas. Sure, there's an extra one there. 5 to wounds, and I've got a dream. I do have a dream. Crikey. That's 3 wounds, no AP.
Is that 5, sorry?
3.
3.
If it was 5, I would have been winning.
Oh my days.
Oh my god.
Oh my days. What have I done? Okay, do I explode? No.
You implode.
I implode. Okay, so...
Right, we'll come back up.
Okay, apparently Orks can now shoot in combat, and Harry's rolls also seem to have improved, and mine stayed the same. So yeah, that was pretty strategical for Harry. Yeah, so the rest of the shooting, you've still got Gaz, the Orc boys over here.
And the Storm boys as well.
And the Stormy boys over here. So what is next?
We are going to start off with Gaz himself. He's going to ping some wounds into the Intercessor Squad right here. If I can just shave a couple wounds, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, 6s because he advanced.
Yep. They do Daki.
They do Daka-Dakas. Cool. Strength 5, so 3 to wound. That's 3 wounds at AP -1.
Okay, so 4 ups.
That's it.
Okay, that repays for the 1s I just rolled.
Oh, 100%. 100%. What else we got? We have got... Continuing on with the boy squad here. I've got 2 rocket launchers They are going to be shooting into the Smash Captain because he's in the open.
Yep.
2 rockets hitting on 5s, 6s explode. Nothing else can shoot because it's not in range. No.
Nope.
Sure. Then last thing here is going to be the 5 Storm Boys there, just going to put their sluggers into the captain as well. 2 hits, and one was Daka Daka. No.
Nope.
1 wound.
1 wound.
No AP, so you've got 2 of armour because you shield.
Which is
Loves
fine.
it.
He loves it. Even then, I can re-roll a failed.
You could.
And then on a 5+ try and get rid of it.
Fantastic.
All right.
That's it. So on to charges now.
Cool. So we'll be back in a second once Harry's decided when and where he's going to charge. Okay.
Right then, so have a bit of a chat off screen. We have agreed that Gaz is going to charge into the Eradicators just then, because with the crater involved, it's just too easy for me to fail a 7-inch charge. Then it's just not, or is it 8? It was 7 or 8 inches, but it's way more likely I'll fail that if I try and charge both. So we'll just go into Eradicators. The other charge we're going to do is these Orc boys, we do a 9-inch charge into Sanguinary Guard. If I leave them out in the open, they're just going to get absolutely slaughtered, so I've got to put them in somewhere. And frankly, it was my only target. I could have gone into the Intercessors by the home objective. That's a 12-inch charge, whereas this one is a 9-inch charge. It's just a bit more likely.
Yeah, and we did discuss that the Storm Boys here, yes, they could charge as well, but if they go after the captain, he'll probably cut them down. Same with the Sanguinary Guard. Just the sheer weight of numbers here is more of a problem.
Even though the boss knob has got a power claw, it's still just not enough to make it likely.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the big man himself, Gaz. He's in.
Oh,
and
jeez. I am going to Overwatch, so I'm going to pay the CP, so I have no CP left. Just because if any of these do get through, I do actually cause him.
You cause him.
Yeah. So
one goes through, and then 3 to wound.
Which does wound.
Cool. 4 pin bun.
He likes it.
Loves it.
Cool. Well, I had to do something.
Yeah, 11 inches will plop him right there, so he's within engagement range. And then I can do some power lynch.
Yeah, and do you want to do the charge for these guys?
Yes, we will do. So 9-inch, and then we've got Here We Go. So I could do reroll one or both dice, but no.
No.
Cool, that's probably a dead mob in it.
Yeah, so what we do, we'll work out what Gaz attacks are, because we haven't ever really used him before.
No, he's fresh. Well, he's relatively fresh off the painting desk. So
we'll work out what he's going to do, and then we'll come back and go through that bit. So we'll see you guys in a second. Right then, so we've had a little tot up. First time using Gaz, so he has got 6 tax base, +1 because of his Warlord trait, Proper Killy. So I'm hitting on 2s, and because he's a Goth Orc, he's re-rolling 1s. Those almost all hits. And what's fantastic about it? That's a 6. He is a Goth. Additional attack. That also hits. 2s to wound. Unfortunately, Tom doesn't have the CP to transhuman. So 2s, that is that's 6 saves at -5 flat 4. So no save.
No, and
they're all dead.
Fantastic.
Bye guys. Well, they did their job, to be honest.
They did do their job. And then Gaz is going to pile in against them.
Oh, hey guys. Cool. So that is the end of combat.
You get to...
I do get to punch here. So we'll just do that. So it's 2 base.
2 base.
Plus shock.
No, because you weren't charged. So it's...
Blood Angel, though. Is that? We'll double check it.
Yeah, we'll come back to it.
Right, so we double checked it. So I'll do the Sergeant first just because he has the chainsword. So hitting on 3s. So 2 hits. And then winning you on 5s.
4s because of the first.
Yes. So nope. And then rest of the guys, 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. actually half bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
But I could do with that again in a second.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. Actually, 3.
Yes.
Yep, 3. 3 wounds.
Red first. And cool, so they picked a wound off him.
Cool. So he's down to 11 wounds. But yeah, that's a good start. Slowly but surely.
We'll get there. Cool.
Cool. So that's the end of Harry's turn. So what we do, we'll move on to the Blood Angel's turn.
Yep.
At the beginning of next turn, we'll come back with points and everything. So we'll see you guys in a sec.
Okay then, so starting off with Blood Angel's turn 3. So points-wise, Tom only gets the 5 points for his objective there. In terms of the wider scheme of points, I am rocking in at 19 points to Tom's 25, if I remember correctly. But Tom's 25 includes the 5 points he's just taken for his home objective. So it's actually fairly close so far.
Yeah, I was only 1 point ahead. So in terms of my movement, I've been a little bit we've had a very long debate about it. So I've fallen back here away from Gaz.
Yeah.
Because if he stays there, he gets to kill them and then loop round, which I don't want. I want him to have to come down here, then here, or go this way round.
Yeah.
So these guys are still full squad, so they're still annoying. Or I can advance and go up to here. So I trade that one for that one.
But at the time, he had to pull back this way first.
Yeah.
Because of the crater, if you were to move, I would have still been able to directly intervene with Gaz.
Yeah, which I don't want. I've left this squad here because they haven't moved. So they do get the 10 shots, which if I do choose to go into those boys. And the same with the Whirlwind, I can go with those boys. The Sanguinius guard, right at the back, being a little bit janky. I've moved them out of immediate charge range, but it means that this big pack of boys has to come and get them. But they're also deploying scramblers.
Yes, which shooting up from 4 to 8 points. We were chatting about it and thought, actually, no, it's better to get at least a good chunk of that off now.
Yeah, and if they're not in combat, I can go into the next quarter and maximise it.
Yeah.
Just give me the 2 extra points. I've moved my captain right up.
Yeah.
He is actually in another quarter, so it does give me engage on fronts. But he is 1 inch away, so he can still charge and stay in that quarter as well. So that's not too bad. So in terms of my movement, that's everything. So we're going to go into shooting.
As there's no psychic anymore.
Yep, so I can't psychically make magical fairies appear. So what we're going to do is start with the 10 shots off the intercessors into the boys over here. So, hitting on 3s. Ooh.
And then there's no point me picking up any dice because any wounds are dead orc.
Yes. I'm also in Assault Doctrine now, so if I do decide to charge, I'm a big beefy boy.
One's dead. Okay. Wasn't quite what I was expecting. I was hoping for a few more.
That's not too bad. And that does put you down to 9. Of course, I'm going to put the Whirlwind into this big blob because they're still above 11, so I do get maximum shots.
Makes sense. And once again, he's got his track in the dense terrain, so he's not at -1.
Yes. So, 12. Hitting on 3s. Oof.
Not great.
Not amazing, but still something. And then wounding on strength set.
Freeze to wound. You don't get red first rockets.
Cool. So that is 5.
Cool. I get 5/6 up saves because even though I'm a little bit in the ruins, you ignore cover. So normally that'd be quite a good roll, but that's only one surviving orc. Cool. I'll take those 4 off. Any other shots?
I actually do have grenades on the captain.
Cool.
So I'm going to throw a crack grenade at the Storm Boys. And so it's just 1 grenade. And hits. It's also strength 6, so 3s. And nothing.
Doesn't wound. Okay then.
Well,
That's it now.
cool. So into charges, because there is only 1 charge.
Yeah.
My captain into the Storm Boys.
even though I've got 6 CP, I'm not going to Overwatch, just because I know that I need to save 3 CP for Green Tide, and then also if I can have a bunch of CP if I need to fight again, I can. It's just a good, nice to have.
Very much so. Okay, so I have 4 attack space.
I was about to say roll to get in, just for the sake of argument, because because even though scrap. What I was going to say you were going to be -2, but you fly, so it doesn't matter.
No. So I get my 4 attack space, +1 for shock assault, +1 for savage echoes.
Yeah, +1 for Imperium sword.
+1 for Imperium sword, and then that's all of them.
Yep.
So
you're getting attacks like they're Smarties.
So hitting on 2s, I can re-roll a failed hit.
So roll that failed one.
Goes through, and then wounding you on 2s.
Yeah.
And I get to roll that one.
I'll be honest, Tom, I think they're dead.
Yeah, we're at -3, 2 damage apiece. That's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
Yeah, they're dead. Cool. At the end of that very quick turn, I will collect my dead. We'll tot up Tom's secondary points, and we'll come back with Orks turn 3. Right then, so Orks turn 3. I've had to be a little bit janky with my movement as well, just because I've not got that much left on the board. So, starting off, the Orks have quote-unquote charged, or fallen back, depends which way you're looking at it, onto the objective there. Once again, the Rockets will probably just try and ping off some wounds onto the captain, because I'm at 19 points in terms of kill points, which means I'm 1 point off getting 2 victory points for thin their ranks, or no prisoners as it's now called. The Commandos have been very tactical, very un-Orky-like, and they have found a spot which they're 6 inches away from the centre of the board and 9 inches away from the intercessors, and they are deploying my second set of scramblers, which means I've now got 4 victory points in total. I now need to start making sure I get those points for that secondary. Then the big mob of boys has moved forward, hoping to get into combat with those guys there, and if I don't get you into combat, I am still on the centre objective. If I do get you into combat, I've got half a chance of knocking you off. And then Gaz himself, he's skirted around the wall as much as possible to make sure that he's moving as far forward to get to this blob, but still within range of charging this blob here. Okay then, so that is the end of the movement. I've got a little bit of shooting to do, and we'll come back in a sec. Right, so first part of the shooting phase. We'll start off with this lucky squad of Orc boys here, who haven't hit anything just yet, and they will ping 2 rockets into the captain. Got every faith in them. Let's go. 1 hit. 2's to wound. Does wound. AP -2, so 4 people away.
Yeah. Right, I get +1, so it'll be a 3 up.
No, because it's 3 up save normally, +1 for a 2 up.
Yeah, so 4 up in front.
Okay, that's flat 3 damage.
I'm going to CP that.
You don't need to CP it, you can do gift Foresight.
Oh yeah, gift Foresight.
Okay, scrap that.
Yes.
One time. So 4, 8, 12. Gaz's shots are going to go into them, just because they haven't really got a better target to go against. If I can ping off a couple saves, fantastic. But actually, that is a disgustingly good roll, because that was a 6.
Damn.
6 extra shots. One, two. Actually, that's a fair few. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds at -1 of those intercessors. That wasn't meant to happen.
No, it's the dread all over again. So you say -1?
-1, yeah.
Yeah.
Killed one, and one's on 1 wound.
Yep.
Okay. That's annoying because I'd rather have. No, not on those ones, on those ones there, sorry.
Take him.
And then.
Yeah, because then that forces you to go that way. Yeah, either way.
Yeah.
And then it was 1 wound.
Perfect. We've then got this squad here to do. I've got the rockets. We'll do those now because it's nice and easy, and then we'll come back with any. Actually, no, we'll do any of the slugs and choppers off camera just because it's unlikely they're going to do anything. But the rockets, 1 hits and is a Daka. Nope. 2's to wound. Does wound. You get +1 because you're behind the barricade. Yeah, that passes. I like the rockets in theory. I'm not sure actually how good they are.
But to be honest, that gives you a good charge distance.
Yeah,
So I
gives me.
wanted you to kill one just so I got the.
Yeah, so at the moment they're rocking in at a 6 rather than a 7 for charge range. Okay, we'll do some sluggers and choppers, or some sluggers, sorry, and then we'll come back with assaults.
Harry's got all the bucket ready.
Yep.
So
We are
we're
going
going
to
for
start with Gaz into the Intercessors. He's
wow,
in.
he really wants that.
Cool.
Look at that tiny little gap he's filled.
So he will go in there as close as possible. But it's also close enough to keep him there.
And
We'll then do big squad there, 6-inch charge needed with a reroll. Also an 11. Fantastic.
Damn, these boys want it.
I will. That's Skull's action involved as well, the limited edition model. So he's doing for his first outing. He's not doing too bad. What we'll do is we will come back once and move them and get the bucket ready.
Yeah, so we'll be back in just a second, guys. Okay, so we're moving into Harry's combat phase. So he's
Many attacks.
many buckets of dice. So we're going with the sluggers and choppers first?
We'll go with the big choppers first because it's
choppers.
2 damage.
Yeah, fair enough.
The reason I'm going with the boys first is A, Gaz can probably take a fight, and B, Tom hasn't got CP to interrupt, so it just makes sense to go back first. So 3 attacks with big chopper from Gorzag, hitting on freeze. Fantastic.
New model syndrome.
Yep. We'll do these in batches. So first lot of slugs and choppers into Intercessors. I'm missing that reroll 1 from Gaz. But then there's 2, 4. There's 3 there. Sorry. Fantastic. There's another one there. And then 4 to wound. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10 saves so far.
Okay.
Do you want to do those now?
Yeah, I will do those first just because that was 10, sorry. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So any minus?
No minus.
So just standard 3 ups.
They love them apart from 1.
Part of 1, so that's 1 wound.
That's not gone too well. Four. So that's 5 there in total. Fantastic. And then 4. That's not a good roll at all.
Once you did strength 5, you're going to be horrific.
I should have spent the CP pre-game. So that's 3, 8 saves then, please.
2,
Let's get the OP.
6, 8. So standard 3 ups.
That's balanced it out a bit, so that's 2 dead ancestors total.
Yes, that's 2 dead in total. So we'll pick them out in a minute.
Okay. We'll then go on to the 7 attacks from Gaz. So hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Okay, don't get any additional attacks, it's the same. Then 2s. They're dead.
Yeah.
They're just dead.
Sorry, lads, he's just too big.
He is just a bit big.
So that's that squad gone.
Cool.
And then it was two guys.
Over,
Yeah.
but we'll let.
Yeah, so I'll do my attacks back because I lost 2 guys in this squad over here. So I do get there's 3 guys fighting back. One of them will be the sergeant. So I'll work that out in a second because I did get charged and I am in Assault Doctrine.
And I will definitely be fighting again.
Yeah, cool. So we'll be back in just a sec. Okay, so we've worked it out. Because of me being Blood Angels, I also get the +1 to my AP. So whatever goes
from the combat doctrine.
Yeah, from the combat doctrine. So whatever goes through is just going to kill automatically. So we've not separated these. Even though the sergeant does get like 6 attacks by himself, and the other 2 guys get 4 attacks each, which is kind of crazy when you're Blood Angels. So I'm hitting on 3s. And that, I can only see...
You've got
4 misses.
4 misses, yeah.
Okay.
So potentially 10 dead.
And I would be winning you on 4s, but it goes down to 3. Which is...
That's 8 dead boys.
That's 8 dead boys. Do I CP roll 1? Make it 9? No, because 8. Big loss for you. That could be affected by morale. So yeah, we'll keep it at 8.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's 8 dead boys from over here. It's amazing what 3 Blood Angels can do when they're in a mood.
I will spend 3 of my command points, so I'm down to 4 at this point.
Yep.
To get stuck in, lads. So they're going to fight again. I need to take up the boys, top how many attacks I've got, and we'll be right back with you.
Well, see you in a second. All right, so yeah, Harry's totaled out probably the lowest amount of dice he's rolled all day today. So we'll start with the big choppers first.
Yeah, big chopper from the knob. That's because it's damage 2. It means that I'll things. If I had made it to those what guy 1 wound, I would have done the soldiers first, but 2 damage, I can kill them more efficiently.
Cool.
So hitting on 3s and 6 additional attacks.
It's a good start.
No.
Well, kind of good start.
3 to wound. 1 wound at -1.
Ooh.
Loves it.
Loves it.
Sure. And then 27 attack.
Jeez, there's a lot of 6s in there.
Which is good because I've rolled a lot of 1s and 2s. 4. That was a 6 there. So that's 8 6s total. 2, 4, 6.
Oh my god, you actually gained a dice.
Oh, no, didn't get any dice.
Ah.
So 2 2s there. Get rid of them. Then 4 to wound. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 wounds, please.
Okay.
No AP. When the choppers get their minus AP, that's going to be really nasty.
12, 15. Okay, come on, bunker dice. This is why you were created.
Ooh, I hang on a sec. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 1 left alive. Okay, no worries.
And that's how the cookie crumbles. Cool. So what we'll do, I will remove my models, and we'll come back in a second with Blood Angels turn 4, and come up with see what I can come up with what I got left. All right. So with the Blood Angels movement, I've moved my captain off this one and advanced him with a massive +5, so he's got all the way over here. So I am now capping that point and that point. What I'm thinking is I'll probably take shots into these remaining boys and then maybe go for the charge, because it is only a 9-inch charge because of the +1. So I can have a bit of fun getting across if I really want to. Over here, I've just left this guy in combat because they're also tagging my whirlwind. And of course Gaz is chilling over there. Of course, we'll go into my shooting. So I am going to do Sanguinary Guard into the Orc boys. So it will be 8 shots. Of course, hitting on 3s because I'm not near my Warlord. Wow.
Oh my god.
1.
Okay.
And it does wound.
It does kill a boy.
Yeah, it kills a guy. Okay, so that's the end of my shooting phase. So I'm going to go for the charge.
You can do a pistol from.
Yeah, I can do a pistol for my sergeant. So hits.
Does wound.
Does wound.
No, it doesn't.
No, because it's for 4s. Cool, so I'll go for the charge because there isn't much left to do in this turn. So yeah, so let's see how these boys are.
I'm not going to Overwatch.
Okay, so 11 inches. They're definitely in. So we will come back in a second. Okay, so yeah, we totaled up the attacks. Pretty savage. So they get 3 attacks base, +1 for Savage Echoes, +1 for being Blood Angels. So it's 5 attacks each. So the only one I've had to split off is the Power Fist, because that one is hitting on 4s, not 3s. So I'm going to start with that one first. So that is hitting on 4s. 1 miss. And then it is a strength 8.
2's to wound.
2's to wound. I have 1 CP, so I'm actually going to do that because I really want to cut these guys down. So
that's 4 dead so far.
4 dead so far. And then the swords and axes. On some units, because of their profiles, I would roll them separately, but against the Orks, it doesn't matter.
You're hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, and then VAP doesn't matter because I've got a t-shirt.
And nor do the wound, so it doesn't really matter. So hitting on 3s. No. That's still pretty savage.
Yep.
And wounding on 2s. That was a 5.
That's the squad wiped.
Yeah.
Cool.
So. Yeah. So.
That is that then.
Yeah. Other combat, we'll grab the dice to do.
Yeah.
Because the Orcs get to attack first. And then.
Tell you what, I'll do the 3 big choppers now, and then we'll cut back to all the other sluggers. So it's the big chopper that really makes a difference. So hitting on 3s. Cool. Wounding on 3s. Okay, 1 wound at -1.
He loves it.
Loves it. Right, we'll come back with the sluggers and the choppers.
Carried with the chainsaw. Okay, so we did the combat. Everything went into my one intercessor, and he literally laughed it all off.
He did.
He didn't care. Then he hit back with his 5 attacks and killed 5 guys. And then my whirlwind, that is as good as an intercessor squad, hit once and then ran another orc over. Sure. So that's now 2 kills to his count for running.
He's almost as much as
for doing little drive-bys.
When he's been shooting.
Yeah, I feel like the Tech Marine just pops out. It's one bolt pistol. It's like, haha, no.
I do need to do morale though.
Yes.
So I've lost 5 this turn. So that's pass. That's good.
That's fine. That's what you needed.
That is what I need.
That is what you need. Cool. So that's the end of my turn. That's turn 4 for the Blood Angels. So we'll go into Orcs turn 4, and we'll see what Harry can come up with.
Okay then, so turn 4 Orcs. We'll start. Gaz managed to roll a big 6 in his advance, so he's, including the crater, has run over to deal with those Sanguinius guards. I've just got to deal with them at this point. For Commandos, once again, because of the crater, rolled a 4 for their advance, but that made it to a 7 inches. That puts them 9 inches away from that Intercessor Sergeant, because hopefully if I can use them just to plink off an objective, that should stop you from holding more than I am. And fingers crossed, can even slingshot me into that 4th table quarter. Finally, the boys that were by the Intercessor Sergeant have green tided themselves to here. And they
Cheeky little manoeuvre.
And they are going to be scrambling my backfield as well. So I'm now at 8 points for that secondary. Brilliant. So carrying on in shooting, there is only one thing that can shoot, and it is Mushroom himself. 9, 12. And bear with me 2 seconds. Just want to double check Gaz's range of his gun. It is assault. Top 36. So actually, just for the hell of it, I am going to shoot Gaz's gun into the captain. Because if I can blink off a wound, that then gives me a couple extra points. So, 12 shots hitting on 6s, and 6s do Daka Daka. No. 1 wound, -1 AP, so 3 up armor. Cool, that's expected. And then in terms of charges, commandos will go into the Intercessor Sergeant. So they're throwing 9 inches, and I've got the reroll. I'll reroll that. Oh, okay. That's kind of scupping me a bit. Gaz will go in against them as well. He gets in.
Oh.
Because we'll leave it there, because they're doing an action. Yeah.
Cool.
What we'll do is we should just
move him into there.
move him there. And then nice and easy, 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Okay, all hit. 2s to wound. Even if you did want to use transhuman, because they're first ball, you can't use them. Okay, so that is 6 at -5 flat 4, so that's scored wiped.
Yes, flat 4. So that squad gone.
Cool.
Cool. So that is the end of your turn.
Yep.
Cool. So we'll come back with turn 5 for the Blood Angels. So, end of the Blood Angels turn 5. So what I've done over here is I've moved the the captain back a bit. He's still within 3 inches, but with that bit of terrain in the way, it just makes it really hard. That even if the boys get in there, not everybody's going to get to him, meaning that he doesn't have to fight 25 orcs at once. Insert meme of very classicals. Down here, I've moved way back as well, just so I am, again, 3 inches away. So Gaz either has to play an all or nothing to come get me, or the commandos have to come around the corner and get me, but I've still got my whirlwind.
Yeah.
Which I have decided needs to get rid of these commandos that are hiding right here. So it's not got its full blast, so it is 2d6 shots. So I get
5 shots.
5 shots.
Is it? Do you want?
I have 1 CP. I'm going to CP it.
Yeah, you do both.
Yep.
7. Yeah.
7. 7's a bit better.
Because with 5, you'd miss 1 or 2.
So 7, hitting on 3s.
Okay, so 5 hits.
Yeah, 5 hits.
That's why you.
That's why I CP'd it. And then I'm winning you on 3s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. 3 wounds.
So 3 wounds.
Cool. Now, commandos have a special rule called. It's right here in the book. Called Sneaky Get. So add 2 for the saving throws for models whilst they receive the benefit of cover. Now, in terms of the commandos here, these 4 are not in cover. There is one that is though. So he would be having a. So was it 4 in total?
Yeah.
Cool. So we will do the first one on the guy in cover. So 4 up save. Fantastic. And then 3 on just the regular commandos. Cool. That's
4 gone.
4 gone. So that'll be everyone bar the knob.
Yep. Do they suffer morale?
They will do.
Cool. So I've not got any charges, so we might as well go straight into morale. They're fine.
They're good.
Oh, cool. So we'll be back in a second once Harry's deliberated what he wants to do with his turn 5. And then we'll have the scores on the doors at the end of that as well.
Right then, so end of turn 5 movement for the Orks. The commander knob has advanced a nice nice few inches onto that objective there, just to make sure I have definitely got 1 point. If I had made the charge last turn, the plan was to kill the Intercessor Sergeant, and then the following turn, survive a broadside from the Whirlwind, and move on to complete the final Scramblers. It's not possible, so he's just going to make sure and guarantee me a point. Gaz rolled fairly decent in his advance as well, and made sure that, made it so that he's a 7-inch charge away from them, from the Smash Captain, and then the boys here rolled a 6 on their advance, which means that they can really push up as far as possible. So they're also holding that objective, worst case scenario, if the charge fails. Cool. So, that being said, we are first going to kick off with the 2 rockets, and they're going to go into the Intercessor Sergeant. I want to kill something with the rockets, just for the sake of pettiness. No, they don't hit anything all game. Fantastic. Then we've got Gaz's shots. He's going to drive by the poor Intercessor Sergeant as well. Because if I can just get if I can get that 1 wound off, that would be massive for no prisoners. I mean, you've got 3 hits, and there's 3 Dakas there. Annoyingly, that's not anything else. 3 wound. 3 wounds at -1 AP.
Oh.
Go on, son.
He's finally gone.
I love the idea that Gaz is literally just...
Obliterated.
Although he's run past, opens on in one direction, just shot and killed the poor
Just
sergeant.
spotted him in the corner of his eye.
And that just leaves the chargers to go.
Yep.
So we're going to start off with Gaz. He's the biggest boss, we've got to get him in first. He's in.
He wants the fight.
He does want the fight.
We're going for the crumpin.
Good man. So, Gaz is going to go there. And then we'll do the Orc boys. They're in.
Boys want in as well.
The boys have been hauling today.
They want this fight.
They really do. So, we'll go around it. We'll come back once I've finished off that, and then we'll do the rest of the attacks.
Okay, so everyone's piled in and has made quite the pile.
Cinematic shot.
So he's starting with.
Gaz has got to go first.
Yeah,
It's
big man himself.
So once again, 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling those 1s. And 2 additional tits. 1 and 1. Cool. That 6 does not generate an additional 1, unfortunately. 2's to wound. Cool. So that is 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds in total on your 4 up invuln.
On my invuln.
Yeah. And you probably want to make most of these because if 2 go through, he's dead.
He is. I've gone out otherwise. Plus, that would be a game set match.
Most likely. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Because there is. I can see.
I haven't got any CP to reroll. Actually, I can reroll 1.
You'd reroll 1, however, it's flat full damage.
There's a 2 as well, so.
Yeah. Cool. So that.
I do get to ignore my wounds on a 5+.
Yes, you do.
I do.
So that's 3 that have gone through.
Yep.
Well, that's 12 feeling the pain saves, please.
Yeah, 12 feel no pains. Jeez. I just want to make this tough, don't I?
Yeah.
12 feel no pains. 12 5-ups. Yeah.
No, he's dead.
It was worth a shot. If we had 12 5-ups, I think Harry would have flipped the table, but...
To be honest, I couldn't say anything because from me killing a Dreadnought with some pistols, I can't... To be honest, I'll take whatever comes at this point.
Brill. So yeah, that's pretty much game. So we're going to work out the points and we'll come back with our end of game summary. So we'll be back in just a second, guys. Cool. So what a game.
That was a really fun game.
That was tough. That was such a good game.
It was the first time you've used Blood Angels in a while because I've been painting
First
that
time
furiously.
I've not really used them in a long time. They were meant to go to the LGT last year, but
obviously that didn't happen.
no, so they've been sat getting slowly but surely reworked, and still so nice to play them again.
Yeah, it was your love of an army, really.
Yeah, and I forget how stupid in combat some of their units are, and it's just like, cool, I'm going to obliterate this because I can.
Oh, 100%. 100%. So the total scores on the doors at end of that, it was 65 to the Orks and 41 to the Blood Angels.
Still undefeated.
Yeah, still undefeated.
And you're getting a new codex.
Sometime soon. But we were looking at, I think the main thing that really sort of tampered with when we were looking through the sort of the how the sort of points were scored up, you weren't able to get that triangle in the centre.
Yeah, I wasn't able to hold the triangle up. Probably could have been a bit more aggressive, but then I would have lost the intercessor units very early.
Yeah.
Because you would just run up. Maybe if they swap sides, I might have got an extra turn on them, just because of the way the map
potentially
looked. But then you could have just swept up anyway. So
yeah, it's
6 and 2 threes. It can go either way.
It was a tricky one, really. What do you think your MVP unit was?
Probably, my captain, because he got rid of the Storm Boys and got all the way around, scored quite a few points by himself. But even things like the Whirlwind.
The Whirlwind did surprisingly well, but that probably was because it had the anti-infantry rockets.
Yeah.
If you had sort of your generic sort of heavy infantry sort of ones,
it wouldn't do well.
No.
It wouldn't do much. Against the Orks it does well because I get blasted pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
I tried to stick to my guns with whittling you down instead of mass focusing one and leaving one guy alive. You green tide straight away. Okay, you did green tide near the end of the game.
Yeah, but
that was right at the ditch.
I did that green tide more as I need to sort of redeploy to get some points, rather than it to be I'm going to use this now to break the cannons back, which is normally the way we use green tides.
The intercessors holding up against 25 boys in their face. Annoying. Yeah, it just shows how strong Marines are, especially when they go into assault doctrine. I become an absolute beatstick.
Definitely.
But it was. The Eradicators did their one job, got rid of the Death Dread. Yeah,
it wasn't the right matchup for them, but they did do their job.
But less swingy than they should be. They just did what they did best, which fair enough, I get why people run them.
What do you think about the new secondaries?
I've really enjoyed them. Okay, maybe not so. Shouldn't have maybe taken the Blade of Sanguinius, which is understandable. Maybe against more squishier characters, that would be worth it.
Yeah.
Gaz is a bit of a tank when he wants to be.
I kind of forced you into that one because I only had the one character in Gaz. If there was, say, 2 or 3 others, you could...
Yeah, I guess things like Eldar, where like multiple Archons and stuff. Or,
that'd be fine.
Yeah, I could go and rip them apart and be like, oh, I've got those secondaries. But even just like the new Scramblers, like I did...
That was good.
Quite easy for me because I'm so jumpy, I'm all over the place. Yeah,
I think for sort of a fairly mobile sort of elite sort of unit, actually that's a very easy one to do. Or even just having a couple of deep striking units. It was tricky for me with my Orks, especially on the 1K board, just because the units are just so big.
Yeah, and things like your Commandos coming in late. They got their Scramblers.
Yeah, they got it done.
And me getting rid of the Storm Boys early.
Yeah.
That kind of tipped the balance on that one because that's what their job was.
Yeah.
But I was forcing them not to do their job.
Exactly.
And because I get hitting the boys, you get not wanting to go too far forward. I was getting the feeling that you didn't want to come at me.
Yeah,
because if everything else fails, they can scramble like they did at the end of the game.
Yeah. It was. I wanted to push them up to get, because really the boys' job is to do the primaries.
Yeah.
And unless you're something like Marines where you can do actions and still shoot or stuff like that, you can't be doing multiple things at once. The boys need to be advancing, charging, thanks to Gaz and Warlord or whatever I'm using, onto those objectives to make sure they're holding the primaries. And that is their only job. If you try then doing, say, scramblers and that as well, you're doing too many things at once and you end up putting yourself out of position to do a scramblers, but you've sacrificed maybe 5 points on the primary, so...
Yeah, so it can be a bit swingy, but that's the whole part of the game. To be honest, where we've been out for so long, we're still learning 9th as such, even though we're most of the way into it.
It's been my first game of the night for a long time, so
Yeah, so,
I think
but
we didn't do too many mistakes.
I don't think we did too many. It's actually nice to actually use Blood Angels in 9th, and now part of the army is back. It will be definitely coming more and more onto the channel.
There's a few more. So we've got Tom's going to be doing some Assault Intercessors, Blood Angels. Why not? We've got some Impulses, and then I think a couple of characters and some
a
other
couple
bits
more
and
extra little bits just to spice it up a little bit. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. It's always a pleasure to have you come and visit us. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you soon.